Hi, my name is Tom McLaughlin for MakerMath. So what is this course? Well, this is a STEM-based course that is project-based, where students learn math and science and technology and engineering by doing stuff, by making things. So one of the funny things is that when a student first takes this course, what I've heard is that they expect to be doing a whole bunch of word problems. And what they find out very quickly is that we don't do word problems. What we do is solve real problems. In some cases, I don't know exactly what the solution is going to be, which makes it even more fun. So we started this year so far with the SkyScrapers, which is a design process project, where we're really looking into the design process and how to go through and work together in a team to solve a problem. The problem in this case was to build a tower that is the strongest and tallest, only using 2 sheets of newspaper. So you can see in the background, here's some of the solutions they came up with. So what other things might we be doing this year? Well, we're going to look at ship design and 3D printing, where we're going to have the students try to design a ship in Tinkercad and do all of the math and calculations to figure out exactly where it's going to float in the water and model that where that water will be, as you can see here, on the 3D printing platform, and make a little mark on the 3D print. And then they're actually going to print it out, and we're going to put it in the water and see if it actually floats right where they said it would. We're going to do some molecular gastronomy, where the students are going to be working on something called spherification, trying to come up with a way of spherifying liquids. And there's so much chemistry and math in this topic that they do a lot of calculations to figure out, using their ingredients, how to best get this sphere to form. Then we move back to do some stuff in Tinkercad, but we combine that with some applets that I have about wing design, and we look at drag, and we look at lift coefficients, and we calculate surface area that's needed to lift a certain mass. So we do a lot of calculations, and the students actually design their wing in Tinkercad based upon their picture design that they come up with in the applet. Unfortunately, printing out a plane that can actually fly is not realistic because we don't have a big enough 3D printer, but they do get to 3-dimensionally design their wing. We'll also do scratch holography, where the students learn how to make holograms using a compass with a sharp edge on it and a piece of plastic. And these 3D holograms we're going to use to plot a path up Bowman's Hill or some other hill of their choosing, and they're going to make a 3D model of that hill and mark using the texture maps, marking out the different heights of the mountain on their hologram and coming up with what is the best path to travel up that mountain. So that's just a taste of some of the things we're going to look at. We're also going to look at wearable computers, where the students might make a POV device. We're going to look at sonar and echolation and talk about how bats communicate and how sound travels and how we use that in radar. We're going to further our exploration of radar with meteorology and oceanography, when we're looking for a search and rescue plan using a radar chart, and they will be actually doing the plotting of radar vectors and course corrections on an actual radar sheet. They will also learn some computer code when we learn how to code with music in using ear scratch and Sonic Pi. So this should be a lot of different fun. I'm open to new projects as students suggest them, and we try to come up with research and ideas. This is only a semester course, so we have a limited amount of time together. Hopefully in the future we can expand it, but right now we are at a semester course. The goal is to get about 8 projects done. That would be 4 projects a marking period. So as you can see, I've listed out 8 projects here. That's kind of what we're going to be working on as a goal. We may not get to all of these. We may get to some extra ones. We'll have to take a look. The grading system that I use here is BlackBoard, because there's so many resources I need to give to the students during class. There is no book for this class. They just need to have access to the information and resources. So we use Blackboard for that. We also post all of the grades in Blackboard. So all of their assignments and individual grades can be found in Blackboard. However, weekly I do post a single grade in eSchool that lists what the student's current average is in the course. To access the detailed grades, you would log into your child's or student's Blackboard account using their login and password. And you can see by clicking on the left-hand side, there's a little box, and I'll show you in Blackboard. Here's the Blackboard screen. And over here, there's a little box that says My Grades. When you click on that, it takes you to this view where you can see exactly what the grades are for the formative, summative, and the entire marking period. Formative is 20% of the grade. Those are grades that are mini quizzes or homework or classwork. Summative are the actual project grades. Those are the grades where the students get graded on the final project outcome and the project design. Those two go together in a 20%, 40% split, 20%, 80% split to give the marking period grade. Below this, you can also see underneath all of the different assignments will be listed, listing the last activity, and then over here on the right, move my head out of the way, you can see the score that they received on that. So for a detailed breakdown, you can go into Blackboard. If you have any issue getting into your child's Blackboard account, let me know, and I can make sure that username and password is given to you, or at the very least, giving you a printout of their detailed score at any point in time. There's also a calendar built into Blackboard so the students can see what's coming up and when things are due. You can also use that to follow the progress. So Blackboard is very functional in the information it can give. That's why I use it. I also use it in some of my other courses because they're cyber-based, so it makes a lot of sense to continue this use with all the courses. The best way to contact me is through email. Feel free to set up an in-person meeting, face-to-face. It's important to have the open lines of communication as we talk throughout the year, or actually just the semester. My email address to that vein is tmclaughlin@nhsd.org, and my phone extension is 3101. But it's really difficult to get me on the phone during the day. You can always leave a voicemail. But again, I encourage you to use email as the best form of communication. So that's about it for the course. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, send me an email, give me a call if you have to. Look forward to working with you and your child throughout the year.